Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Hooks, Lines, and Hip Hop. I'm Hakeem.
Hey, y'all. There's Lil Wayne.
It's Jacoby King.
Y'all gonna be talking about my career today.
We're gonna be doing kind of a worst to best for Lil Wayne. I think.
Hold on, that little phrase is trademarked by the Melon.
That's why
I don't think we can say worst to best.
Yes, we can. Fuck the Melon.
It's really like a timeline.
It's a time. It's worst to best.
It's a profile. We're gonna say a Lil Wayne profile.
Label this video worst to best. We need to up our views. Worst to best. Who cares about what the Melon thinks?
Okay, are we really gonna go in order, worst to best, or are we just gonna go in order and kind of give it a number?
We can do whichever one.
Let's go in order. That'd be easier than trying to
like
double
best to worst.
No, I'm talking about like in order, like chronologically, and then just give it a number.
Oh, okay. I see
And I'll write it down.
Okay, so like chronological order. So we're gonna be basically cataloging Lil Wayne's career.
Oh yeah.
Today.
Let me find a pen.
Lil Wayne, if you guys don't know, as Jake is rummaging.
Who doesn't know Lil Wayne? Let's be honest.
If you guys don't know though, if you guys have been living under a rock, or only started messing with rap once Drake did it, Lil Wayne is the one of the fathers of Southern hip hop, I will say.
He is a top 5 great, in my opinion.
He is, in regards to overall influence, as well as bars. Whether or not you guys believe Wayne has bars, relative to other Southern acts, he had moments that made me go, oh shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the I'm late text. You know what that I'm late text? That was probably the best line ever.
He's got a ton of great lines. He compared himself to shit more than any other thing.
The thing is, whether you like the new music or not, he's been relevant for
20 years. Almost over 20 years. Easy.
One of your trivia questions was when he got signed. You said it was 9 years old.
Yeah,
incredible.
He was rapping to Birdman.
I mean, let's be fair. He did sell his soul to Birdman. Theoretically,
it makes me so sad that Birdman has screwed him over like this. Wayne stuck with him when there were rumors that he was going to move to Rockefeller back in 06.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. And Cash Money wasn't what it was yet. He didn't have Young Money under there yet.
Or Drake.
And then he gives you Drake and you have the audacity to screw him over.
Yep.
Whatever. And I'm not saying that Wayne may or may not have had his paperwork right,
Right.
Because there's still legal ends that we don't know about, but just family,
Yeah, I think Lil Wayne had a more family view on it than Birdman did. Right. I think Birdman, it's business to him.
I've heard Birdman, apparently he said, we can get you to sign a contract and change it up in the morning.
Yeah.
So, he says stuff like that, so.
I think he's an owner, and he has an owner mindset. Like, NFL owners are the same way. Yeah. It's very rare to see an NFL owner really involved with the players. They don't really, I don't want to say they don't care, about their players' lives, but that's a business to them. That's just how a restaurant franchisee views their business. That's what it is to him. It's a business.
Yeah.
So that's all I really want to speak on the Birdman Lil Wayne beef. I think everybody knows about.
Shout out to Slim. He's been hiding underneath all this.
Yeah,
I think he does most of the business.
Rick Ross spoke on it really well on Rather You Than Me. Took a hard hit at Birdman, but it was a very mature shot. It wasn't like a fuck you, Birdman.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're fucking up.
Yeah,
which I respect.
All right, let's start. I'll make sure to release this one after the one we just recorded because we all three messed up.
Yeah.
One of the questions on the last episode, the episode Love Is Rage 2 episode, we had a question, what was Lil Wayne's first solo album? And we were wrong.
I knew it was The Block Is Hot, but I said 500 Degrees.
I forgot all about The Block Is Hot. We all thought it was 500 Degrees.
Yeah, I completely forgot. But it was actually.
It is actually The Block Is Hot.
That was his
first album, released November 2nd, 1999. Platinum. I did not know that.
It was really a big hit when it came out because he had that single, The Block Is Hot.
And now we're not going to be able to speak on the earlier albums as good as we can speak on the newer ones.
Right.
Because obviously,
Lights Out and 500 Degrees.
I was 4 years old.
Right, and I was too. But I went back and listened to The Block Is Hot, and it's a good album. But I haven't gone back and listened to Lights Out, whatever that was, or 500 Degrees because 500 Degrees was not really well received either. That was his second.
It was gold.
Yeah.
But you have to think of the climate it was received in.
Right.
I don't want to call them old heads, but it was the people back then that were fans of hip hop then. like going back and listening to an album is different for us because we're not listening to it in the climate it was released. Right. So we can only judge it based on our experiences that we're having now. Okay. So what would you rate The Block Is Hot? Obviously, we're not taking an in-depth rating as we usually do.
I give it a 9 because it was such a big move for Lil Wayne, and he was so young when he released it, and it still there are singles off of that album that you can play today in a barbecue setting or at a party, and they'll still go up.
I was gonna say a 6.
Okay.
So I guess the fairest way to do this is an average between the two of ours.
All right.
To get, so that's a 7.5 is what we would rate The Block Is Hot.
I like that.
The next one, I don't. Was Lights Out a real album?
I have no clue, and I'm not going to even speak on it.
Yeah,
I really know nothing about it.
Yeah,
500 Degrees, I know. Yeah, it was not well received.
Well, it was gold, but I think back then, like you had to buy albums.
Sorry about that neck crack.
Oh, I'll do it too. Anyway, I don't know. The sales then and now are so different because back then you had to go buy an album.
See, like, how is this gold? Can you believe that?
The Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not really that good either.
What? Go
you
back.
Like the first Carter?
Oh my God. Go back. Look, I'm just going to pull up the track list for the first Carter. Walk in, go DJ. This is the Carter.
Go DJ was good. I'll give you that one.
This is the Carter. This is the Carter.
Something about
a lot more.
Hold on to your teenage daughter.
Lot smaller.
Yeah.
Game in the
That was a good one.
Carter. Yeah.
Okay.
And I Miss My Dogs. Cash Money Millionaires. A lot of singles on this.
What are you gonna rate 500 Degrees?
500 Degrees. We'll just give that one a 5.
Okay. So the Carter, you're right. It was better than I remember.
It just had a lot of hits for that time, and that's what we got to remember. Wayne is has always been a contemporary hip hop artist. So, in the climate that the album drops, it was always big, almost always.
Yeah, Go DJ was huge.
So yeah, I would give that one a 7.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. So we'll just leave it at that.
All right. Then
the Carter 2,
the big one. This is the first hip hop album I picked up. I was in a Walmart. I picked this one up, and I was picked up. I forgot. It was like it was a kids bop basically, but for hip hop albums. And mind you, I was only like 10 or 11, I think, when this like came out.
2005.
2005.
Yeah.
So I was like about that age. Yeah.
I was not hip hop aware then. I really didn't become hip hop aware until the Carter 3, in between Carter 3 and Rebirth Carter 3 and the 4th.
There's a big. You had parents that, like, I'm sure showed you music though, right? Like,
right.
Like they showed you more like classic rock and stuff like that. My dad and mom. The only thing my mom showed me was like old Arabic hits, and my dad showed me like Italian music, like Tony Bennett, some Sinatra, and jazz.
Right.
So I really like. I think I like to say I'm unique in that I really had to come up with my own music.
Like I was big into like classic rock, and I was a fan of rock for a while.
Mm.
And then I've spoken it several times. The recession got me into rap. I think
Hollywood
Undead also did,
as much as they were want to clown it now.
Yeah, because they were a blend of both. And I don't know. I was kind of getting bored with rock, and I kind of took to the rap side of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Carter 2, I wasn't really aware when it was out.
I can still rap The Mob and Fly In word for word.
Fireman
came off that one.
Best
Money
Rapper Alive.
Money on My Mind, Best Rapper Alive.
Lock and Load is one of my favorite Lil Wayne songs.
He's
ever.
got a song on Mo Fire, believe it or not. That was the first like reggae-ish rap song that I had ever heard.
Hit 'Em Up.
Hustler Music. Hit 'Em Up.
Now this album
Feel
was
Me.
long. If I had to listen to an hour and 17 minutes of Lil Wayne now, I'd probably kill myself.
But I can
Back
listen
then,
to this
yes,
now.
I could listen to this all. But I'm saying like Lil Wayne now, like in his like if he had an album today that was an hour and 17 minutes long, it would probably.
But you remember how albums were releasing back then too?
Yeah, I mean
it was like you wouldn't hear from your favorite artist for like 4 or 5 years.
And social media wasn't really around like it is now, so you can't keep in touch. So that you had to put out a lot to stay relevant until your next release.
And I do remember hip hop albums kind of having this like format where it was like five songs and then a skit, another 5, then a skit,
right.
and then a last skit. So like it was really like kind of listening to a story. And I remember back then, now I still bought physical copies, and I had a CD player, so when I was playing that, it was nice to have something that I could play like.
Lil Wayne really didn't do a lot of skits on his albums. He did a lot of them on mixtapes.
Right. This one has a lot of skits.
Yeah.
But I give this one. It's one of my favorite albums. I give it a 10 because it's my first hip hop album.
So that is a.
You didn't.
I multiplied, didn't I? That's a 9. It's a 9.
Yep. That's
all right.
It's one of my favorites.
Are we going to talk about Like Father, Like Son? We won't add that to that, but
no.
Lil Wayne's part was good.
This was the first time though that we saw that father-son relationship with Wayne and Birdman. Did he kiss him after that? No, this was after Carter 3. He kissed him.
I don't know.
I remember that. It was after Carter 3. We gotta talk about it. That's legendary in hip hop.
So yeah, Birdman's corny. I think everybody.
Show me how much you love me. Put some tongue into it.
Put some tongue in my mouth, little boy. All right, the Carter 3. Wait, we didn't mention the Carter 2 went platinum.
The Carter 2, yeah, that was his first platinum plaque. Was the Carter 2?
Well deserved.
And yeah,
when we pulled this up, I was actually shocked that it was only platinum.
And allegedly, by the way, the Hot Boys came up with the term "bling bling." I don't know if they did, but that was in Wayne's Behind the Music. And Birdman goes, "If I was smarter back then, I would have copyrighted that shit." And that's important because Wayne was a symbol in the bling era of rap. Now we're in this kind of emo era.
Yeah, it's very
you can like
simple.
You can slit your wrist to exit tour life.
Well, okay. I don't suggest that.
I don't either. I'm just saying it's a very emo.
Yeah, like braggadocious rap and its style is kind of on the decline. The style now, like in the Uzi, people are more...
It's high fashion, but it's still like... Right. Rappers are really self-deprecating.
And now you either have somebody like Uzi who's really like outgoing with their outfits. Right. Then you have people like Kanye who are like very simplistic. So, style and in music in general have been synonymous forever.
Yeah.
Carter 3. 3 times platinum.
That was a monumental album. Wayne won a Grammy on that one, didn't he? Best rap album?
Yeah, he has several Grammys, but it's mostly due to the features.
Oh, okay.
I know, I'll have to Google the stat before we're finished, but I think him being Lil Wayne, T-Pain, and George Strait have the most singles out of any music genres. Or most number 1 singles.
I think Drake beat him. Drake may have that now.
I'll look that up before we're finished.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because I think Drake might have that now.
The Carter 3... Even when the Carter 3 came out, I wasn't too hip-hop aware. Right. But going back to that, I think that is probably...
Lollipop was really big on the radio.
Yeah. And he had Got Money on that one with T-Pain.
Yeah, but I remember... But Lollipop was like the single before the album.
Right.
And you couldn't escape that song. Mm-hmm. I had three hip-hop stations... Or not hip-hop stations, but like radio stations that I would listen to back then. Because we only had the radio, so... And every time it was like, if it just ended, it was starting on this one, and so on and so forth. And Static Selecta helped him with that one. Rest in peace to Static Selecta. Not Static Selecta, oh my god. Is this... No. Why is he not credited now?
Oh, but that one had several hits. He had A Milli, which that was more of I wouldn't say underground hit, but it wasn't really played on the radio.
Right.
That was a big one. Mr. Carter was a huge song because it had Jay-Z.
Static Major, excuse me. Not Static Selecta. Static Major.
I thought he was still around.
Yeah, Static Selecta is a great
Mrs. Officer with Bobby Valentino, big song. Lollipop,
Valentino.
Big song.
Yep.
Lollipop Remix, huge song.
A Milli,
yeah,
huge song.
Lollipop Remix is where the latex line came out of.
Yep.
Featuring Kanye. That was in the 808s era.
Comfortable, Got Money, Mr. Carter.
There's not
with Jay-Z.
Yeah, the only song that I just really don't like off of this.
Have you gone back to listen?
Yes, I listened to this album several times. I don't like You Ain't Got Nothing and Prostitute 2. I
don't think I've heard that song.
Don't Get It. I love that. That's the one where he calls out Al Sharpton.
Pussy Monster. I remember listening to it when I was a kid.
Gross song. It's so
it was gross, but like
so funny.
I felt edgy listening to it.
Yeah.
I was like, what does he mean when he lifts his top lip so he can still smell her?
It is gross, but it's Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
If he ain't talking about that or shit or urine
or smoking weed,
yeah,
or with that
Lean.
lighter flick.
All right, so
Phone home. Jesus Christ.
The Carter
There's
3.
so many great songs.
are we gonna give that a? We can't give it a 10.
We can give it a 9.
Okay.
Because again, and we're not. This is not all from an objective place.
No, we are Lil Wayne fanboys.
We are Lil Wayne fanboys. This is honestly part of the reason why Jake and I became such close friends in high school. Not only was Jake really big into... Jake introduced me to Eminem, because I wasn't really a big Eminem fan. And then I really feel like I introduced you to like a lot of hip-hop music and like mixtapes that were coming out at the time. So the reason why we have hooks, lines, and hip-hop now is because we were like, shit, all we talk about is hip-hop some days. And so we were like, let's just bring it out now.
We lived on Dat Piff.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna just breeze through.
Rebirth?
Rebirth.
It was the decline.
I wouldn't say it's the decline.
It was a speed bump.
It was a plateau. Like he got, what do they call that? A mesa? Is that that's a geographical term? Where it's like a mountain and then it's just kind of flat and then it drops back down. Rebirth was all right.
Prom
it was supposed to be...
was really big. I just
Prom
remember
Queen was huge. Drop the World with Eminem was on that one. And that's a rap song.
Really?
If anybody tries to say that that's a rock... I'll give Kid Cudi props with Speeding Bullet to Heaven. It was all rock. It was trash, but it was all rock.
That was not a genre of music. I don't know what album you're talking about.
Shut up, Beavis. Anyway, he kind of... Like, Prom Queen it had rock influence. But yeah, Drop the World, that's rap.
And that's a good song.
Yeah.
That's the only song
American
that I would
Star,
say
I like that one. Prom Queen was good.
I don't even remember any of these except for... I remember Running for some reason. I remember that one. Knockout with Nicki Minaj.
On Fire was good. American Star, I think, is the one...
Do you remember Knockout with Nicki Minaj?
Yes. American Star is the one where he's talking about born and raised in the USA. My ancestors were slaves in the USA. Remember that one?
Oh.
It was a good album, but I'll say a 7.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay, so let me get the calculator.
That's a 6.
Okay, good. That's quick math. All right, so Rebirth's a 6. Moving on.
And even that's still above average.
Yeah, I mean, it was gold. And I think probably because of the singles, Prom Queen. I remember when I bought the single to that.
I bought that
iTunes.
album physical. I bought a lot of physical copies of Lil Wayne.
Next one is I Am Not a Human Being. I think this
was kind of
the glimpse into bad Lil Wayne. Like this is when I kind of started which I listened to it today at work because we talked about doing this episode. And I didn't hate the whole album.
Gonorrhea, I forgot Drake is on that one.
Drake, this was
like a Sam.
Honestly, this could have been a Young Money 2 album because of all the Young Money
Everybody
features.
was on there. T Streets,
Lil Twist, Lil Chucky.
Man,
Remember
a lot
YM
of
Banger
Drake.
and YM Salute?
Yep.
So it really was like a Young Money 2 album.
Lil Twist, that's what I was thinking of
Yeah.
when I was saying I gotta go back to Young Money. What's wrong with them with Nicki Minaj?
Yeah. What the fuck wrong with them? I'm giving that one a 6.
I'm gonna give it 6 is fine. I'll go with a 6. There was a lot. Bill Gates was on this one, and I remember that was a really great song though. This one has no stars on it. Did you notice that? Like none of the songs really held up off this one. But Bill Gates and Gonorrhea were really big singles.
Isn't Right Above It on that one too?
I'm Single
Right
with
above
Drake.
Right Above It was the biggest song off that.
Right Above It, I'm Single. Remember that one?
Yeah.
He did a music video for that one too. I don't remember any of the other ones off this. Right Above It, I'm Single, Gonorrhea, and Bill Gates are the ones I remember.
There's a lot of hits. I'm really surprised that it only went gold, really, with those singles.
It was a lot more
of
of just like a mixtape vibe on that.
But this is really the beginning of social media and streaming was coming around at this point.
Yeah.
So that also could have helped hurt the sales because at that time they weren't
But
up
see
to
how
speed.
he's like borderline. You see what I mean? Like 953,000 copies according to Wikipedia. 953,000. A million is gold.
Right. Yeah, he was close.
It's really close.
So if they would have had the new regulations with streaming, that album probably would have went platinum.
Yeah.
Just because of the.
If Wayne were coming out in this era, do you know how many platinum plaques he would have?
Oh, every single album.
And he already has a lot. But it would be like
because even his new music.
Yes,
is huge.
Yeah.
Oh, the next one, the Carter 4.
Oh.
This is one of my favorite projects too.
Do you remember when I got it at midnight?
Yes.
And I was
It leaked, didn't it?
It didn't leak. This was when the VMAs were still big, and Wayne was on the VMAs, and I remember him doing the announcement saying it's on iTunes right now. And then I just like copped it. I accidentally bought the clean version. Had to get a refund from Apple. Go back and buy the unrated version.
I bought a physical copy, pre-ordered it at FYE because I wanted a Lil Wayne cutout, and I was a good kid and actually went to school. I should have skipped school because I didn't get the cutout because the supplies were gone by the time I went and got the album. But yeah, we're at lunch and he's like, dude, you got to listen to it. You got to listen to it. And I was like, no, man, I'm waiting until I get the physical copy.
I kept
put that shit on my computer. Do you remember how many times I listened to Mega Man? It was like in the 200s. And
you
it had only
loved
been,
Mega Man.
I made my own cover of Mega Man.
I do remember that.
It wasn't a cover. It was, I completely rewrote the song. But yeah, that's...
Mega Man was on there, blunt blowing, 6 foot, 7 foot. It was it was the most fun trying to rap 6 foot, 7 foot.
Oh yeah.
Corey Guns was on. I miss Corey Guns. I think he should be a lot bigger than he is. Nightmares of the Bottom is great. She Will is great. How to Hate is great. John with Rick Ross is great.
The only song I didn't like, I don't like the bonuses. Mirror was good. I did not like I Like the View or Two Shots.
You didn't like Up and Away? Up and Away. Dick in the mouth, I'm fucking a face. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to just quote that.
It was kind of long.
Two Shots is good though. I'm on 2 shots of whatever. 2 shots of whoever.
I'm kind of indifferent to that. But do you remember when the single the only single he had out for this was How to Love?
No, was it?
No,
the one with Drake. She had She Will.
Okay. But How to Love, when it first that was the first single. I do remember that because I was kind of concerned. I liked the song.
That's my profile picture, by the way, on my YouTube. Is the She Will single cover.
The
I can't
How to
change
Love,
it.
that was a really
risky move for Wayne.
180 to his usual style.
Although a lot of people say that that's like a throwback to Rebirth a little bit.
Right. I liked it. I got another one.
Depends. You're prepared.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't like the bonuses except for Mirror. That should have been on the the actual album.
I thought that one was.
It was a bonus.
Do you remember the outro? Is that the first time that we heard? Well, not the first, but it was the first time the mainstream was really introduced to Tech 9.
That was the interlude.
Oh, okay, that was the interlude.
The outro had it was Bun B, Nas, Shine, and Busta Rhymes.
Why can't you play it on yours?
I don't know. It's probably an old download, so he may have made a few subtle changes, or it may be. I had this album. I bought this, so it may have been that I downloaded it on the computer and then put it onto here. The file may be corrupted. Yeah. I didn't like So Special with John Legend. No, that one could have been replaced with Mirror.
With Mirror, yeah. Would have been a lot better.
Yeah. I'm giving this a 9.
I'll give it a 8.
All right. Yeah. I see this was very encouraging because of that's 8.5.
Oh, okay, good. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Took me a minute. This was encouraging to me because I didn't hate I'm Not a Human Being, but we kind of saw the direction Lil Wayne was headed, and this was kind of like, oh no, that was a fluke. He's back, and this album went 2 times platinum, and it almost that's 2.2 million. But
he was, like I said, that was still when the VMAs really mattered.
Yeah,
and he really had that promotion just went really well. I remember Audrey. She was another big Lil Wayne fan, and we talked about that album a lot, and it was just a good time. It's still a good album. Again, maybe if you go back and listen to this and you weren't around when it was released, you're not really gonna get it as much, but I think a lot of these still stand on their own as good projects. Some of them might sound a little dated. The beats might not sound as fresh because producers are doing a lot more weird stuff now, but they still hold up. Like, I could still go back. I could still introduce people to Carter 4 or Carter 3 for sure.
Oh, yeah.
and still get a good reaction.
I am not a human being too.
Wow. What happened?
A lot.
Soulja Boy produced on that one. That's a great song. Actually, we're gonna play that one.
No, we're not.
We're gonna.
I don't want to get hit with a DMCA by Soulja Boy.
I just want to play a little clip. Trigger finger.
Was that the one? I don't think that's the one he was featured in.
Yeah. But he also he's a good producer.
Was it Bowser or Wowzers? Okay, that's enough. It's so bad. Okay, I think we can only play 15 seconds legally.
It's 10 seconds.
Okay.
We weren't there yet. We were at 8.
Rest in peace to the game. Tell them kill theyself.
Woo! Soulja Boy's a good producer, though. He gave Drake.
Stop. This is hooks, lines of hip hop. I don't know what. To quote the word you used before, I don't know what cornball shit you're on, but Soulja Boy ain't good at nothing but flexing in front of the same rented Lamborghini that he's got. I follow him on Instagram. Did he?
He got called out.
Anyway, I follow him on Instagram and Twitter. He literally flexes every day in front of the same Lamborghini that's probably leased.
I'm fresh to death. I'm gonna play that song when I get in my car.
The funny story about this, me and Hakeem were riding around in my dad's Jeep, South Carolina, it's warm out, had the top off and the doors off.
Right.
And when I heard Soulja Boy on the beat, it was, I don't even remember making a conscious decision to do this, but I reached and I pressed the eject button and I frisbee golfed that shit right out the door. Or where the door was supposed to be.
He was so mad.
That album was so trash.
You chucked it out of the car and he was like, man, fuck this album.
Let's look at, I'm gonna look at the track list.
Fun fact, a little bit of trivia. Guess who designed the cover?
Oh, I knew that. It was Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye West designed the cover for this album. And the cover's weird as fuck too. It's just a butterfly. That's actually from Silence of the Lambs, I think. That design on the back.
I do remember.
I don't remember a single song off of this, except for Rich as Fuck.
I will say one nice thing about it. The intro.
Yeah, that was a good intro.
Was one of the best intros to a hip hop album ever.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so bad. Rich as Fuck was a good. It was received as a well song, but I Love Me was the savior of this.
I don't even remember this song.
I'm on it.
Oh, yeah.
So that was huge.
Yeah, I forgot it was named Love Me.
Sorry,
we played the shit out of it.
We're in Tramerica. It was huge. It was a huge hit. But oh man, Days and Days trash. Honest, I was the biggest Gutta Gutta fan. Gutta Gutta is a good rapper.
Yeah, you did like Gutta Gutta.
Gunwalk was all right.
That's my Gunwalk. That was the one that I think Soulja Boy produced. Was Gunwalk.
I thought it was Wowzers.
I thought it was Gunwalk. We're gonna say Gunwalk. Stop playing it. Stop playing it. We gonna get fucking copyrighted.
Okay, well here, let's click on this and
That's
see.
Gunwalk.
I don't know. It was bad. I mean, the best song that really saved this album was "Love Me."
Produced by Soulja Boy. Oh, it was Wowzers. You're right. Wow, you know more about this album than I do.
It's because I hated it so much.
Look at what the ratings gave it. All Music gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
Rolling Stones gave it a 3. I'm
3 out of 5.
on that subscription.
Los Angeles Times gave it a 2 out of 4.
But look, hold on. Okay, you're just reading the good ones.
Gave it a 3.9. Yeah. No. But what I'm saying is, he was still getting a lot of slack. You know what I mean?
Right, but a lot of.
It was hated.
He had no worries on that one.
Yeah.
And he had My Homie Still with Big Sean. So I think the single saved this.
No, My Homie Still wasn't on this one, was it?
Are you sure? I thought it was the last track.
Oh yeah, it was. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good music video.
I think My Homie Still was that not on a mixtape before it was on this? I think that was
could have been. That's
twice.
Totally possible. He uses songs like 15 times.
But I don't know.
This is a 2.
The singles were, I guess, accepted well because of the radio. Yeah, I'll just stick with you. We'll give it a 2.
You were gonna give it a 0.
No, I was probably gonna give it a 1, but we'll go with a 2. I'm Not a Human Being 2. It's a 2 because it's number 2, as in shit.
Look at the "You Might Also Like" that comes up.
I know. I saw that when I was listening to it. And Kid Cudi, where?
Probably just because of the flow writer.
This is all jokes.
David Rush. I don't know who you are, David Rush.
Chamillionaire?
Chameleonaire. Don't say it wrong. What is wrong with you?
Okay. I can say his name however I want. That man doesn't exist anymore.
Free Weezy album.
What gives me
Did
dirty,
that?
That's on iTunes now?
Free, which one?
Oh, that's the
Leak.
Never
It's
mind.
been out, yeah.
Yeah. The Free Weezy album, I listened to... Because that was wasn't that a...
You could find it pretty easily hours after it dropped.
Yeah.
But why is it not on iTunes? Is it just because it's a title exclusive?
Probably.
It was not memorable. I don't even... but it was a good Weezy album. Like, because the last album we heard was I'm Not a Human Being 2.
Right.
I'm trying to think what was on there. The track. Let's hear the track.
No, we'll mention some other... We're not going to rate these, but, I mean, the man just killed the mixtape game.
Yeah, he was the reason why mixtapes were as big as they were. Because
had
of the drama, like, the dedication series.
The 2 dedications... The droughts were huge. No ceilings. He had No Ceilings 1 and 2. And sorry for the wait.
But let's just go back for a second, because do you remember him calling out Georgia Bush on dedication, or the drought 2 or 3 that was? I can't remember. But he calls out George Bush, and that's a big moment. Like, if you listen to Wayne and Kanye now, and they're not doing what they used to do.
Yeah.
But these people had the biggest influence and used it to call out Bush specifically on his bullshit, and the fact that he wasn't helping people in Katrina.
Let's be fair, Kanye was not.
No,
it like this. This was approved. The Lil Wayne thing was approved because A&Rs listened to this and said, "Okay, yeah, let's go with that."
Yeah.
But Kanye just.
I'll
never
Mike
forget
Myers'
Mike's face. And they cut away from him.
Oh crap.
The only mixtape I think we do need to speak on is T Wayne, which that released this year.
Wait, and No Ceilings.
Well, everybody knows No Ceilings.
That's a 10.
Yeah. Ice Cream Paint Job. It was the remix of Ice Cream.
Of it, yeah.
But
Wayne was the king of that, taking a song and making it his own. If Wayne remixed your song, sorry, it was better than your original. Okay. 9 times out of 10.
Okay, I'm about to discredit that. Sorry for the Wait, too.
Don't go to that one. He was whining about Birdman the entire album.
We'll go to Sorry for the Wait.
Okay, yes. Tunchi back.
Rollin' was good. Tunchi's back. Marvin's Room. Grove Street Party.
I don't remember that one. With Lil B? What? Oh my god. Wayne is a legend. The one that he was it Runway? Is that what it's called? G5 sitting on the runway. That was great. That was like...
Call that bitch Beyonce.
Xavier loved that song. He used to show it to me all the time.
All right, so... T-Wayne, let's talk about that for a second, because that was so huge. Everybody talked about wanting a Lil Wayne, T-Pain project.
T-Pain almost signed to Young Money,
yeah,
too.
They both confirmed it. A good money move for him not to.
Yeah, it was. Well, also, apparently, the reason why he didn't get signed is because Young Money felt that his alcohol abuse was kind of out of control, and they didn't want to deal with it. He said that.
That's fine.
So his drinking
worked out for him.
Yeah, I think it's better that he didn't end up with them.
Such a fun album to listen to.
T-Wayne?
Yes. But see, the thing is, it's not going to be fun for some people, because some people are going to be like, this is just auto-tune BS. But if you think about it, like, you can hear the progression as you go. Like, you could tell, like, oh, this was recorded in 2009 for sure. And you could tell that it had been touched up.
I hate it because it doesn't sound completely finished, though. You know what I mean? And it was just really kind of just dropped. And what T-Pain tried to do was get hyped for his album that came out soon after, but I don't think anybody listened to it.
And when you sent it to me, it was like it was the Dat Piff link or something that said something about T-Wayne. And I thought you were sending me a mixtape from the rapper T-Wayne. Because and that's why I asked you, I was like, this dude's still alive? And then I clicked on it and realized that it was the
T-Wayne.
Right. Because in the message, like, it had a little, like, thumbnail, but I couldn't tell that it was, like, the split image of
Drake,
T-Pain and Lil Wayne. Before we go back and list them in order, Lil Wayne, he is an all-time great. He's not the greatest, but he is definitely top 10.
He's the people running hip hop now are Lil Wayne's children.
Drake.
Like, no, not even just Drake. I mean people who are influenced directly by his sound.
Right.
The auto-tune, like, people... Remember when people were complaining about Lil Wayne using auto-tune?
Yeah.
And wanting the old Wayne back? Now look at
how
many
built off of it.
people built off of it. The soundscape of hip hop would not be what it is today without Lil Wayne.
If Travis Scott came out and just rapped over the Lil Wayne autotune, I would not be a Travis Scott fan.
Right.
But he uses it so different, and it's his own. Like you know when you hear Travis Scott vocal, that's Travis Scott.
Yeah. Same thing with Uzi, but I think sometimes I can hear hints of Lil Wayne in Uzi's sound even.
I mean, Young Thug, early Young Thug, and Lil Wayne.
He called his album the Harder Six.
And that was a whole controversy in itself because Young Thug meant it as because at the time that album was announced,
Carter 5
was supposed to be the retirement album.
Right.
So Young Thug wanted to pay homage to his idol and have the Carter 6.
Yeah.
And Birdman didn't like that.
No.
Lil Wayne kind of thought it was a slight.
Oh, yeah.
So
well,
they
the
called it
problem was
Carter
when he
6.
first came out, he sounded a lot like Wayne. He looked a lot like Wayne. A lot of things about Young Thug's aesthetic were taken from Wayne.
And they patched that up. There's a song with them called "Take Care." It's spelled with a K because Blood Gang.
Like,
If you listen to that song, if I remember, I'll put a link in the description. It's very difficult to tell them apart.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure they did it on purpose. I mean, we saw with Travis Scott and Cudi on Through the Late Night.
Yeah.
They tried to sound like each other.
Yeah, they matched it really well.
But I mean, he's a great.
Wayne is in my top 10, my personal top 10. And will always be in my top 10. Like I said, he could never put out another album again. But Wayne is my idol. He was the first person that I put in my room. He was one of the people that inspired me to write even poetry. He inspired me to do a lot of things and gave me a lot of confidence.
Say what you want about the albums in the decline of his career. Yeah. But early Wayne, he's kind of known as a punchline rapper. And before they were kind of refreshing, once you get towards I Am Not a Human Being and the second one, it just kind of gets overwhelming because it's just punchline.
Yeah.
And some of it's not even good.
No. But guess what?
He's the line in that pussy boneless Chick-fil-A.
But guess what? Even if it's not good, it'll make you laugh.
It will make you laugh.
That's what I mean. Like, even when Wayne's bad, you're just like, at least you can have fun with it. Some of these rappers, when the album's bad, you're like, this is making me mad because it's bad.
Yeah.
But even like if you go back and listen to I'm Not a Human Being Part 2.
Which I won't.
There are still moments that you might laugh at least.
Yeah.
So I want to thank, I know Lil Wayne will never hear this, but I just want to thank Lil Wayne for making me as big a hip-hop fan as I am today, and for reminding me that you can be a dope rapper and still make funny lines and make a sound. He formed a sound that
between Lil Wayne, T-Pain, and Kanye. I think if you were to take any one of the three of them out, I think the soundscape of rap would be completely different.
Yeah, and those three were all kind of intertwined in each other's careers too. So it's just a great. I love Lil Wayne.
So to go with the title, worst to best.
Yes.
Worst was I Am Not a Human Being 2.
Right.
Scratched. The next one would be 500 Degrees.
Yep.
Being a 5.
Yep.
We rated I Am Not a Human Being and Rebirth.
Rebirth has to be next though.
So Rebirth is the first worst out of those two.
Yeah.
Okay. Scratch the wrong one. Anyway, I Am Not a Human Being, the original, the next.
Yeah.
After that, the Carter, the original.
Yeah.
Then The Block is Hot.
Right.
7.5.
Mm-hmm. Carter 4, I think.
Carter 4 was, an 8.5. Now we come down to the hard part. Carter 3 or Carter 2? Being the front runner.
Personal Carter 2, but I think we have to put Carter 3 on top because it's still Wayne's biggest album in his career. And it's what put him in that stratosphere of legends. So Carter 2, then Carter 3.
And I think the Carter 3 had his best cosign with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I think that was like that. Then you get some like the old head hip hop, be like, okay, maybe that.
Because that's a good song.
Lil Wayne and Jay-Z are close in age, sort of, but I think the fan base of Jay-Z, even now, is a little bit more mature than the fan base of Lil Wayne was.
Yeah.
But to have Jay-Z, even at that time, one of the greats, on his album. That says a lot. And he even has a line kind of before his time. He says, when you mention Nas, Biggie, and Jay-Z, don't forget about Weezy Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, Carter 3, front runner.
Yeah. That's it, man.
And what more can we say about the man? The man has stayed relevant for 20 years.
Over 20 now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's GOAT. He's a GOAT.
My only concern with him is with him putting out the Carter 5 and these other projects that are rumored. Is his heart really in it? Because he said he wanted to.
And did he touch
after.
it up?
Yeah.
Did he touch it up since then? Because Carter 5 has been being teased since
years.
And if it's gonna be that same sound, it's not gonna sound as good.
No. But my only concern with these other projects is he wanted to retire with the Carter 5. Mm-hmm. So is his heart in this other stuff, or is it for money?
Well, Free Weezy album, even though to me it wasn't that memorable, it was a huge step up from I'm Not a Human Being 2. So definitely. I'm hoping that, and he has like a really great features from the one he did on ASAP Rocky's album. He's been on Smuckers from Tyler the Creator's Cherry Bomb album. Then
he was on the B.O.B.
CDs.
song that we mentioned.
Did
super
the
good
B.O.B.
verse.
song, yeah. Even though B.O.B.'s album is garbage, B.O.B.'s garbage. And
hey, the Earth is flat, and the government is bad.
The government's bad. But yeah, I think he can come back. Wayne can come back if he wants to. If people just need to stop hating on him, just because it's cool to hate on Lil Wayne.
Well, I don't know if it's so much cool to hate on Lil Wayne, but I think most people don't have the view that we have. Like most people that were fans of the Carter 3 don't understand that I Am Not a Human Being 2 was on a same playing field with the other music that was out.
Yeah.
But because they were a fan of the sound of the Carter 3, they can't get with the sound of the Carter 4. I Am Not a Human Being 2.
Yeah.
I mean, but Lil Wayne has evolved with the times and stayed traditionally relevant as far as
if he comes out with something now, we're still gonna listen to it.
Yeah, and I think he will have kind of like a Jay-Z aesthetic, where if the retirement album, the album that he ends on, all the people that bump the Carter 3, regardless if they still listen to hip hop, are gonna check out that new Lil Wayne.
Yes, absolutely.
Because the hope is there that he'll be how he was before.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope it happens. I still love Lil Wayne. I think this one's gone on long enough. I don't think there's anything else to say. But thank you guys for listening. Follow us on Twitter at HLHPO. Follow us on here on YouTube. Leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe. We're trying to get our subs up. And again, more videos, more like video videos are going to be coming.
Yes,
like,
more like actual video footage.
Yes.
Not just audio.
Yeah. So we're going to be trying to do more of that if you guys liked it. So thank you guys again for listening. Peace.